Everyone, even myself, at some point experiences indecision or gets the feeling of design fatigue, or maybe gets overwhelmed or has a fear of commitment in the design process. So sometimes having a completely blank canvas can really obstruct your creativity, because you're sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, I just have this white space to work with, which means I can do anything here. My options are limitless. I have no restrictions. I get it. On social media, we are inundated with the most well executed, beautifully designed, styled interiors that honestly you could probably see yourself living in all of them. Well, I am here to tell you that restrictions are your friends. They are your best friends. In this case, where you are feeling maybe overwhelmed or indecisive, they are going to create some valuable guidelines for your creativity to thrive in. Restrictions that you think might be limiting to you are your budget, for example. Everybody has a budget, no one's special. This is something everybody has to work around. It's the architecture of your home, maybe. It's the fact that you have children or live with dogs, or you have to deal with your partner's tastes as well. Or maybe you're a renter and you have to live with the tile flooring that is in your kitchen because you can't change it. Restrictions can also be must-haves. They can be, for example, that, vintage sofa that you got at that flea market this one time, and so you have to use this in the living room because you love it. Well, great, that's a must-have, and that's a great restriction, because now everything that you put into the room is going to revolve around this particular sofa. And this will all be very useful information when we start to create and move down and concept for your design.
That's nice.
So to help you on your design journey, when you get started, when you're starting to actually want to implement things, we're going to plan first, and then we're going to think about your taste second. So what I mean by this is that we're going to consider the logistics, the restrictions, the functions for your place, the architectural needs for your place. We're going to make a list of that first, and then we're going to start developing your taste, thinking about color schemes, what type of furniture you need, and concepting the design second. All right, so maybe you are sitting there and you're saying, you know what, I just don't know where to start. Where do I even take off in starting to create a concept on my design and develop my taste? Or maybe you say, you know what, I like everything. I can live everywhere, I can live in every space. Or maybe you're someone that's like, you know, I have no idea what my style is. First off, I wouldn't stress about trying to identify like your particular style, because taste is very unique and personal to you. And it's something that, we're multifaceted people that like to express ourselves in various different ways. So, a style might work for you in one chapter of your life, and then you want to transition to maybe a different style, and that's okay. So it's more about how we're going to develop some taste and figure out what you like and what you don't like. So I am going to suggest that you head over to Pinterest, you create a new board, and you just start pinning everything that is resonating, all the beautiful interiors that you are drawn to, and start pinning away and dreaming up a wonderful board of all the imagery that you love. Next, you're going to go through all the imagery and start identifying themes. This could be, I really love wood furniture, or I'm really being drawn to minimal spaces, or I'm really find that this light fixture is coming up a lot in the imagery that I'm pinning. Then we're going to do another pass of the imagery and eliminate everything that doesn't align with your restrictions and the must-have list that you created in the previous exercise. Maybe that is like, I have kids, I have a dog, I need a sofa that is going to be super durable and can just be beat up. Or maybe, I have this amount in my budget, so I need this sofa to be this X amount of dollars. Or maybe that's, my place has 12-foot ceilings. Go through your imagery and eliminate anything that doesn't hold up within your home that aligns with this list. At this point in the concepting exercise, your board is going to start looking like a vision board. It's going to be a little bit more unified, a little bit more achievable, and basically become your North Star. So when you're going out shopping, when you're choosing a paint color, when you're making a major design decision, you are going to come back to this vision board and come back to this North Star. It's going to reset you, it's going to refocus you, and it's going to remind you of the things you have liked over and over again, time and time again. So here are a few things I want you to avoid if you are feeling like an indecisive person. Avoid a theme. Everybody should avoid a theme, but don't get so stuck on maybe creating like a boho space, or maybe this is a farmhouse space. A curated space is actually, you know, a mixture of different styles, and the cohesive through line is maybe in the color palette, or you're using the same materials throughout the entire home. So tip number 2 is I would not go hard on rushing in and purchasing everything for your space if you have not spent time living in your space for a hot second. Be patient. Designing, as I mentioned, this design process is a process, and giving you some time to live in the space is going to actually clarify what the space actually feels like, what you're actually going to need, and how you actually want to move about in your new home. If you are super risk adverse and you know that you're the type of person that is going to just want to change up your style all the time and switch things out, then I would avoid trends and stick to very neutral foundational pieces, because it is much easier to change up accessories and art all the time than it is your sofa and your bed. So choose those items in a more neutral color palette. So I feel like this should be a no-brainer because I'm an interior designer, but if you are finding that you are just in design fatigue, or maybe you are just in a rut, I would say get a professional on board. You can find your favorite designer, and oftentimes they will offer design consultations or virtual design services, and this can save you a lot of time and money. I am going to be coming out with a more intensive workshop around developing your North Star and how you can start getting over design fatigue. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and fill out the Google form below so I can send you updates on when that is about to come out. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay curious and stay creative. Bye.